So apparently there are those, like every year, that got offended that I showed the blooming of the Sony X95K, and they believe that I'm playing around with ISO settings. My ISO is set at 200. I'm at f2.8 on my Sony camera here. I don't have a reason to lie, but apparently those who get triggered feel like I have a reason to lie. To further prove that my ISO is dark, here's my hand. You can't see all the detail in the world. Now, for those that don't know how ISO works, I'll show you in real time. This is ISO 250. Alright? Or 200. Now we're going to go to 250, 300, 400, 500, 640, 800, 1000, 1250, 1600, 2000, 2500, 3200, 4000, 5000, 6400. You guys get the idea. If I was maxing out my ISO, this is what it would look like. 8,000, 10,000, 12,800, 16,000, 2,000, 25,600, 3,200. This is what a blown out ISO looks like, okay? I'm not playing ISO tricks, okay? The reality is Sony dropped the ball. I'm leaving it at 250, or rather, let's go back down to 200, because I really want to paint the picture here for you. You can see this blooming no matter what you select, right? You might think that you are immune, but you aren't. Look at that. Look at all of that. You can see it. All of this glowing, all of this blue haze, all of this garbage. This is the Sony X95K. There you go, you see local dimming. You also see that little glow around the orb there. Okay, we're on local dimming. Okay, high. Now we're gonna go medium, and we're gonna go low, and then we're gonna go off. There almost is like no difference whatsoever in the amount of gray haze you're gonna find regardless of what local dimming level you select. And again, that is every bit due to this television and its biggest problem that we have here, which is that it's just not effective local dimming. Now, some people have gone as far as to say local dimming doesn't work when you're using PlayStation 5 because of VRR. VRR was turned off. That didn't stop people from complaining. So what I went ahead and done was I loaded up a USB flash drive even to show you, even if you use photo mode, it's not going to make a difference, okay? So let's show you some results from using photo mode. Take a good look. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to tell you right now, the blooming that I see, it starts all around here and it's a giant circle. And this again is with local dimming high. I'll go ahead and show you that. We're in photo mode. We're going to go to local dimming. Show you that as well in real time. We're going to go local dimming, that's set to high. Get closer so you can see it. Local dimming is set to high. We have advanced contrast enhancer on because I also saw complaints from people that don't know how these TVs work, claiming that when you have that off, which is how it was by default, by the way, for the standard mode or IMAX enhanced mode, I think that I showed that off. Yeah, when you have that off, apparently that's purposely augmenting results. So black adjust in this is all default. Everything here is default. Some people also complained that I had gamma turned down to minimum, so that's default now. There is literally nothing I've done to this picture, period, to make it look worse at all, on any level, like at all. And you guys can see all of this. Even the HDMI video range, which is automatic. We're not trying to introduce PC color spaces or anything to make it look bad. It's just, or black level spaces through the HDMI. This is what it is, okay? It blooms. I don't know why it blooms so badly, but it does. I see a difference around the fish here that's really very apparent. And again, this is ISO 200, okay? It's more prominent than ISO 200. I can put it up to 250 and actually show you what I'm actually seeing right about there. I don't know how much of it's going to show on YouTube, but that blooming it's there. It's very real blooming. And when you switch to a brighter scene, there you go. You see the image isn't blown out and disgusting and awful and totally terrible. But we'll even lower it, lower the ISO. I mean, there is no path to me saying that this TV looks good that would actually be true. Look at these colors out of the box. They're awful. They're just awful. That's not to say that the TV doesn't have an ability to produce some kind of deep black, but this is not mini LED level at all. Look at the glowing around her head, dude. Like, there is glowing. The whole person has a glow around their silhouette. Like, don't know how well you're going to see it, but it's there. I mean, It's there. And my problem is I'll lower the ISO, make people happy. People see stuff like this and they damage control it. Stop doing that. This whole image is just bad. It isn't like a $3,000 picture, and with the C1 being so much cheaper, just do that. Dude, you could buy yourself like literally two C1 55 inches. Like, let's say that you buy one 55 inch, it burns in because you used it carelessly. You didn't really care how you used it, right? You were just like falling asleep with it on, didn't care about burn-in. You could still buy another C1 and still be better off than this TV right here. And I honestly, at this point, don't care who that offends, because the glowing around objects is very real. The overly blue hues that Sony casts in every frame of the color is just terrible. Look at this. Come on, man. Mini LED my ass. Look at all that gray. I know you see that. This is ISO 200, man. ISO 200? And again, people are going to damage control this shit. They're going to sit there and they're going to lie and they're going to say that, oh, he's just pumping up his ISO. I showed you what that looks like. I don't have to do stuff like that. I have no reason to. Now this, I noticed that the local dimming is starting to kick on stronger, and there's a lot less blooming for sure. Like this area over here is dark, kind of inky for sure, but then around the character, you do have some blooming trails, which if you get closer, you might be able to see. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. You know, it is there. It's pretty noticeable, but again, everybody's gonna have their different opinion on this, right? So just again, to be dramatic, because some people really need this, I swear to God, this happens every year, like I've been saying throughout this video. Every time I run into blooming on a TV that somebody likes, the QN90B, the Sony series, any TV, it doesn't matter what it is, I always get like its fans literally jumping up and being like, oh, you're just playing with the ISO. Meanwhile, in the back of my mind, I'm like, bitch, I'm the one that's been telling you that that's what these fuckers are doing. Like, how are you gonna like Uno reverse me? I'm literally one of the OGs that taught you about that trick. Like, that told you that that's what you should look out for. And now you're gonna try to use my own knowledge against me? Like, good fucking luck, Haas. Because in real time, as you can clearly see, ISO not blown out, not maxed out. Here's my hand, no games, no tricks. I'm not like overly exposed, okay? Bam. Look at all that gray shit. Look at how ugly that is. This is what the Sony X95K so-called mini LED experience is like. And I'm showing you this. It's really bad in that corner over there too. I mean, fuck. I mean, how many examples of this do you need to see before you are satisfied? Well, good news for you. I am merciless. I will show you as much of this shit as you need to see. And I'm sorry, pardon my French for those who just want a normal video. But I really get, not offended, but I really get like annoyed with people that want to like whip their dick out and put it on the table and act like they have any leg to stand on with a TV that needs improvement. I am the only person showing this off. I don't give a damn what Spare Change or anyone else has to show you, Whisper Status or anyone else. They aren't me, and they damn sure don't have the TV in front of them and real time waving to you, okay, showing you all of this bullshit. And I will do so with multiple examples. I will show real world content like movies. I'll show gaming. I'll show as much of this as you need to understand that blooming is a problem. It does need to be fixed. Now, maybe a patch can fix this and correct this. But as of now, this TV is not a mini LED TV experience.